Nate the Great Talks Turkey with help from Olivia Chef. Chapter 1. My name is Nate the Great. I am a detective. My dog Sludge is a detective too. This morning, we did not have any cases to solve. We were eating breakfast and listening to the radio. I was eating pancakes. Sludge was eating a bone. It was a nice, quiet, tasty morning. There is not much news on the radio, I said to Sludge. Sludge kept crunching his bone. Suddenly, I heard something. A giant turkey is sitting on a cart in the supermarket parking lot. The people inside the cart could not get out. There is a palace in the parking lot. Do you believe it? Do you believe that? I asked Sludge. Sludge looked puzzled. I heard a knock at the door. I got up and opened it. Claude was there. Claude is always losing things. He is one of my best class. I found something, he said. You found something? I asked. Yes. Tell me about it, I said. Well, Claude said, I was walking in the during was about 3 hours ago, and I found this really big turkey. Big feather, big feet, big everything. He started to follow me, but then I lost him. So can you find him? Exactly. I believe I can, I said. But why would you want him? Well, that turkey made me think about Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving Day is terrific. Perhaps the turkey has a different opinion about today, I said. Besides this is summer. Thanksgiving Day is months away. I still don't want that turkey, Claude said. I found him and I am very proud of that. I need to read. Understand? Good work. Thank you, Claude said. Now, how can you help me? I need to read to say that your really big turkey is in the supermarket parking lot. You are a great detective, Claude said. Sludge looked at me. He knew I was not a great detective. Sludge and I heard about the turkey on the radio, I said. The radio? Claude said. I found a famous turkey. I am even better at finding that I thought. My radio is still on, I said. Let's listen. Claude, Sludge, and I stood by the radio. Soon we heard that the giant turkey was fled the supermarket parking lot. Be on the lookout. Do not approach him. He is feathered and dangerous. Claude groaned. He's gone again. Yes, I said. And he could be angry or scared. You must be careful. Oh no, Claude said. He's a really nice turkey. A nice turkey. I said. What makes him nice 3 times over? Well, I was eating the popcorn in the woods, Claude said, and I dropped some along the way and he ate it. Then he started to follow me. I gave him more popcorn until I didn't have any left. He still followed me. That's when I knew that he liked it. But later on, when I turned it around, he was gone. Will you take the case? I can't, I said. Nate the Great goes not take case that everybody else is on. The whole town must be the looking of this turkey. Oh, Claus said. He seemed sad. Sludge put his head on my lap. He looks sad too. I patted Sludge. You want this case, don't you? I said. Sludge wagged his tail. Chapter 2. Sludge is a sniffer, Claus said. I could use a sniffer on this case, a detective sniffer. Claude pulled a white feather from his pocket. He put it in near the sludge snow. I picked it off the ground in the woods, he said. It was half combed from the turkey. Sludge sniffed the sweater. I need the rich, was thinking. This was a Sludge's chance to work alone, and he wanted this case. You can do it, I said to Sludge. You're a dog, you're a detective. You are great at being the boss. Sludge led Claude out the door. Chapter 3. The telephone rang. This quiet day was no longer quiet. I picked up the receiver. I hope you are not on this case, a voice said. It was my cousin Olivia Sharp. Olivia lives in San Francisco. She is also a detective. She was a shepherd named Willie. I knew him well. She has an owl named Hood. I knew her well too. Unfortunately, that's Olivia the lovebird, but she couldn't beat calling about the turkey. I am the calling about the turkey, Olivia said. What? I said. You heard about him in San Francisco? Actually, the news in the nature. I am on my way to help. But, I said. Olivia hung up. Olivia does not like to her boss. She was determined to come. She was what was she up to? Olivia usually has more cases than she can handle. Why would she take the time out for a turkey? Chapter 4. Let me introduce myself. My name is Olivia Sharp. My friend called me Olivia. He emailed called me the Liver. I have an owl named Hood. We live in a pest house at the top of the Pacific High in San Francisco with my shepherd Billy. My housekeeper, the Mrs. Friday, Fringle Plank, and my folks. But my folks aren't home much. Right now, they're on the vacation on the Lincoln Island. And me. I was sitting in my office, looking out the window, watching the fog as it rolled over the Osage and the bay. I was waiting for the independence. I'm a special kind of detective. And again for the secrets, but the business was slow. I hit the dry spell. I was bored. Maybe it was time for me to take a vacation. I called Willie. Pack your bag under the plane. We're going to join my flock in the Naked. I hung up. My flock owned the private airplane. Willie is a pilot as well as a chauffeur. I walked out of my room and closed the door behind us. Goodbye, Slaughter the Bennett. Hello, the San Francisco fast vacation, I said. Mrs. Fred Blanket held me back on my back. Really, the breath of name around. Everything is set to go to Mrs. Olivia, he said. I tossed my bottle around my neck and got into the limo. We were off. Chapter 5. We were in the air. I watched the clouds go by and I ate the sweet watercress sandwich that Mrs. Frighting Pink Black had packed. There wasn't much to do. I got tired of looking at clouds. I turned off the TV. I kept turning the channel, though dump. I switched to the news. There was a picture of a giant turkey sitting on the top of the car in a supermarket parking lot. I turned off the sound on the television. I heard the word panic. I heard, "Catch him! Catch him!" I sighed. Poor bird. This turkey was having a worse day than I was. Suddenly, he disappeared from the screen. If I were that turkey, I wouldn't stick around either. What city was this happening in? I had missed that part of the story. I looked closer at the screen. I kept looking. I knew that parking lot. I knew that supermarket. And suddenly I thought I was back in Venice. I made a quick phone call. Then I went out to Willie. "Change of plans," I said. "Back to San Francisco, boss?" he asked. "No, exactly, Willie. I was just talking to Nate the Great to see. I think he should drop in on him. He needs help with the turkey." Chapter 6. I, Nate the Great, heard a knock at my door. But now Sergeant Carter were off on a case. Olivia was on her way from San Francisco. Meanwhile, I was having a good, quiet time again. I was reading a book. There was no more knocking. There was a pounding. Somebody out there was in a hurry. About the door, Olivia was standing there. "You're here?" I said. "Where did you call me from?" Olivia stepped inside. "I was up in the air," she said. Willie and I flew into town. We hired a limo. And he's out there. They're crushing for the clothes. Now let's take a turkey. Sergeant looking for the turkey, I said. And Sergeant will find the turkey. That I believe in him. Rosamond crossed her arm. "Now listen carefully," she said. "Birds are my specialty. That the poor turkey is in the trouble. I need to know list of your friends for my turkey search team." "Wait a minute," I said. "My friends are not detectives." "Name, please," she said. I shuddered. "Well, there's Oliver next door. He always follows people, and he can show you where to find Rosamond and Annie. There's also the Claude, but he's already looking for the first turkey with Sludge." "Where are they looking?" In Darwinwood is where the Claude first saw the turkey." "He saw the turkey? Fantastic!" Olivia tossed the ball into the air. She wore that ball just about everywhere. "Not so fantastic," I said. "Claude also lost the turkey, and I will find it again," she said. And she was out the door. Chapter 7. The minute I left Nate's house, someone started to walk behind me. I knew who it was. Oliver the swallow. I turned around. Nobody follow Olivia Sharp, I said. I follow everybody, Oliver said. How about a turkey? I asked. I need a search team to help me look for a turkey. You mean that famous turkey? I can't join the team, but I haven't seen him, so I can follow him. I would like to follow you, I said, to Rosamond's house. Follow me? People just don't do that around here. I flung my ball around Oliver. Let me to be the first. Exactly, you're the second sword, Oliver said. He started walking. I started following. Oliver led me to Rosamond's house. Chapter 8. Oliver and I were standing in front of Rosamond's house. I was trying to figure out exactly what I was looking at. I saw a sign in the front yard, let the pet a nickel an hour. I saw the table. A girl was sitting behind it. She looked very strange. Your cats were crawling over. Her cats were crawling over the table. They looked strange too. That's Rosamond, Oliver said, and her poor cat. Oliver walked away. I walked up to the table. Hello, I said. I am the Olivia Sharp, and I'm the farming and searching for looking during for the famous turkey. I would like you to join. Rosamond pointed to her cat. I am the running of benefit here, she said. I can leave. In fact, I have even more the path to rent. They are not here right now. Meanwhile, would you like to rent one of my cats? Plain eggs, little hacks, big cats, or super hacks? Choose. They are all fine choices. I'm more the bird person, I said. Bird? Rosamond said. I'll be the running birds. I started to find out with my ball. I had traveled hundreds of miles for this. I had to bring things to my good student. Oliver didn't want to join the team. Rosamond did not want to join the team, and right now I had a team to join. Can you tell me where the alien live? I asked. You won't have to go here. Oh, Rosamond said. I see her and her dog Fang down the street. Annie and Fang go everywhere together. I played my ball at Rosamond and left. Chapter 9. I walked up to Annie's dog, Annie's and Fang. Hello, Annie said. You must be Nick the great cousin from San Francisco. How did you know that? Well, he told me about the ball. I haven't seen any the others around here. Could offer some the Olivia Sharp here. I'm Annie, and this is my dog Fang. I looked at Fang. He was big. He had lots of soft fur, and his eyes were warm and spindly. What a pretty dog, I said. Suddenly, Annie got excited. Oh, you really think so? I always knew it, but nobody else ever said it until now. Annie knelt down close to Fang. Fang Olivia, and gave her a big smile. Fang opened his mouth. I immediately knew that he was perfectly the name. I had never seen Fang like his before. Awesome! A sounding the bird telling. and totally unfit for the second home. I said, I must be the going. I see my limo coming to pick me up. I patted the rose bang on his head. I got 3 inches from his back. Then I laughed and got into the limo. No turkey team, I said to Willie. Drive on. Chapter 10. Dory was eating more pancakes. I'm missing those having the sludge sitting by me, eating a bone. I had the thing. Sludge was of trying to help Claude find a turkey. Olivia was of trying to find the turkey too. Dory was just sitting here, waiting and waiting. I do not like to wait, but this wasn't my case. Still, I was curious what was going on with that turkey. I finished eating and turned it on the radio. There was no turkey news. I turned on the television. A reporter was speaking. Where is this wild weird turkey? Nobody knows. Could this be the turkey who once ate either the paladum and one half of the corn supply of Portland, Manny? Nate the Great had never heard of the turkey who fit that personage. But I kept watching the screen. A picture of the turkey flashed on. He was moving fast. And now so was I. That turkey had given me a clue. Had I knew that I couldn't sit and wait, I had to find Olivia. Chapter 11. I wrote a note to my mother. I rushed out. I saw Oliver in front of his house. Have you seen my cousin Olivia? I asked. Oliver nodded. Yes, he said. She's asking me to be on her team, but I can't. I should be where Rosamond lives. Then I went home. I must go to Rosamond's house, I said. I must follow you, Oliver said. Chapter 12. I saw Rosamond sitting behind a table in her front yard. There was a cider on the table, the rent a pet, a nickel an hour. Rosamond's cats were crawling over for the table. I could see that Rosamond was in a bonnet again. I wanted to walk away, but I walked up to her. You have a new bonnet, I see. Yes, Rosamond said. Pets need a change. I change it now and then the short of the vacation, just like the rest of us. So that I rented them out by the hour. There is no much to choose from, I said. Only your cat. Rosamond held up a piece of paper. Well, now I'm also taking orders. Here is a list of all those creatures that I can sample. Dory did not want to read Rosamond's list. What I want to know, I said, is where I can find Olivia Sharp. Oh, here, Rosamond said. She laughed without reading even one of the hexes. Then I saw her talking to Rose, Annie, and Frank, and then she went off in a limo. This was not good news. Olivia was crossing the street looking for the turkey. I would never be unable to catch up with Annette here. Is there anything else you can tell me? I asked Rosamond. Well, she wanted me to be on some kind of turkey team, but I am busy hard here anyway. I already have a turkey on my list. Rosamond pushed a piece of paper into my hand. Isn't this an entry of the order? I need to read to know that sometimes detectives had to do strange things. This was one of those times. I had to look down at Rosamond's list. It was an episode all right. I found the turkey between the second point and the director. I need to read was getting nowhere. Are you telling me that you can't get those creatures? Oliver Rosamond sighed. Well, the future find it to be a problem. Where would be to get the turkey? There were no turkey from them around here. Rosamond smiled. His smiles are strange. Everything about here her is strange. Well, I asked Annie's brother Harry, who has a Esmeralda, who has a Philly, who has a pig, who has a friend, and also a turkey that was given to her her uncles. What do those turkeys look like? He's big and plump and white and cherried. Rosamond grinned. I plan to change the test and photo for him. You've seen this turkey? I asked. No, exactly, Rosamond said. But the people friend told people who told Billy, who told Esmeralda, who told Harry, who told me that was the turkey that looked like. So where is the turkey? I asked. Rosamond shook her. He's very late. He should have been heard by now. The anteater is late too. The anteater? On top of the list, Rosamond said. Do you know who owns this turkey? I asked. No, but I can't ask Harry who can't talk, so never mind. I said. Do you know where this turkey lives? Yes, near the dairying room. Dairying was in a house on the Nevada Street. I don't know the which house. Thank you for the information, I said. I walked on away. Wait, Rosamond called it. Is such a believe for the rent? I walked faster. Chapter 13. The great was not on the case. Whatever I found to be not. I knew the things, but not enough. I knew that the street was along the long street. I knew that I did not want to go to every house on it. I wanted to follow the mobile's feet and head someplace door. I went up to the man behind the counter. Do you sell the turkey food to pounds and onions to great turkey food? The man said. Everybody talking the turkey today, right? But I was asking about the other perfect house. Oh, that's provide information. The man said. I can't tell you that. I needed that information. How could I get it? I smiled. Your turkey food must be very good, I said, because the straight turkey is big and plump and white and cherry. The man smiled. Why yes, you nodded. He said he had wonderful food there. Well, I guess it's easy to forget a straight address and hard to forget what good food we sell. My friend the address of 58 Nevada Street. Thank you, I said. Thank you, the man said. I walked out to the store. Sometimes a detective can't get the information just by giving the information. I hurried over the 58 unknown street. Should I go up and knock on the door? No, I walk around to the side of the house. Would I get a surprise? No, I saw just what I thought I would see. A large white turkey inside a wire fence, and outside looking very happy was Bang Sludge. Chapter 14. I was so glad to be back in the limo, cold and comfortable, with nobody following me, to no castle for the breath, no fang. All and all, really cool. But I had to search teams, and Willie had bad news. Well, exactly, Willie had no news. But whoever said that no news is good news didn't know what he was talking about. Willie looked glum. I drove around Mrs. Olivia, he said, but I didn't see anything that looking like a turkey. I landed back in the soft leather seat. Not to worry, Willie, I said. We don't give up easily. So where to both? Into the woods and found Willie. You and I will go up and down every path. Sounds like a plan, Willie said. Willie drove down the field street and around the corner and parking. We went into the during woods. There were the paths and paths and paths. So many choices. It would have been terrific if my team plan had worked out, I said. Willie knocked some of the doors off his shoes, especially the traffic bells. Chapter 15. I need to read. Took a bowl out of my pocket. Good work, Sludge, I said. You found the turkey. The Sludge wagged his tail and started to eat the bone. I examined the wire fence. It had a big patch in it. The turkey must have especially escaped through what had been a hole in the fence. Then he came back. I turned to Sludge. Where is Claude? I asked. Sludge got out and walked to the path. I followed. Sludge put his nose in the dirt. I see, I said. Turkey tracks going the way to the coming back, and dog tracks coming. You followed the turkey track here, and you left the dog track beside him. Triple the tracks for the claws to follow. Very good work. But why isn't he with you? I need to read. Didn't have to ask the question. I already knew the answer. Claude had lost Sludge, and Sludge knew that if he went back to look for Claude, he would mess up the tracks. If he took another path, he would leave dog's tracks, going away from this place. Not a good idea. So he was waiting here. Sludge started to bark and bark. Sludge was still on the case. Of course, I say, you are trying to tell the Claude where you are. Sludge wagged his tail again. I need to wait. Had an idea. Sludge, you bark and then I'll call Claude a name. That will make a two loud sound. Ready, set, go. Sludge bark and I call Claude. Now do we have to go hide behind some trees? I said. Sergeant and I ran into the room. Watch for Claude, I said. He peered out from behind the trees. Nothing was happening. We waited. Then the sergeant's ear pricked up. He peered out again. Nothing. Suddenly, we saw Claude. Claude saw the turkey. Claude jumped into the air. I found you! I found you! He yelled. I made a great smile. Claude was no longer a loser. At last for today, Sludge's ears pricked up again. He heard his voice. Olivia, the waiter, ball dragging in the dirt, and Lily hopping and popping was staging out of the woods. Chapter 16. Olivia walked off to Claude. Claude was yelling, I found the turkey! Olivia looked at the turkey. You found the turkey? She asked. Yes, I did, Claude said. You beat me to it? Yes, I did. Yes, I did, Olivia said. And so did her Lily here. Lily nodded. Olivia wiped and faced with her ball. You must be Claude, she said. But and that turkey in the yard looked like a fine turkey, nice looking, and he probably has very good manners and is all in all a very wonderful turkey. Then Olivia stabbed her foot and raised her voice. But he's not a turkey I've been looking for. Sludge and I stepped out of the woods. Congratulations, Claude, I said. I turned to Olivia. I've been trying to find you. I have something important to tell you, which is I found out that there were two missing turkeys, and Claude is not the one you were looking for. I didn't find out until I turned on the television and saw the famous turkey in feathers are the dark green and the dark red and the other colors. Claude and Sean questioned the sludge of feathers from the turkey he found. It was white. Olivia picked up her ball. Just a little step back, she said. But that won't stop Olivia. Sure to see you later. Olivia turned to go. Willie followed her. Then he turned around. Good to see you. Good to see you and the soldier again, Mr. Great, he said. Olivia told you that he's asleep, and they were gone. Time for us to go, I said to Claude. He kept looking at the turkey. This turkey will belong to somebody else, I said. However, you might be able to rent him check with Rosamond. Chapter 17. I dashed off my boat. Before that, I got back into the limo. Then I relaxed in the seat and sipped orange juice and ate cheese and crackers. I took off my shoes and wiggled my toes. It felt good. I was ready to refill my heart. I needed to find the turkey. I really like birds. Not only do I want owl. But I have also owned the turkey, and some other the feathered creature. I definitely know the turkey well. That's why I know that I'll find this one. After all, I'm a detective, and I deal with a lot of secrets. But now that I have to think about the turkey's secret get into his mind. How much was really going on in there? I read that there were the vast empty faces in a turkey's brain. I'd also heard that there are the small empty spaces in there. Nothing I could handle. I settled back in my set. Omar the Willie. Chapter 18. Sludge and I walked home. I turned on to the television to check on the famous turkey. I hoped Olivia would be the one to find him, but he was sitting still busy. A reporter was making on the entertainment. Anyone who has seen or knows the whereabouts of this turkey, please call 555-0530. I turned off the television. Sludge and I went into the kitchen. I made a pancake and gave Sludge another bone. I liked having him there while I ate. I thought about the turkey missing at the same time. In the same town, my two very big turkeys missing at the same time. In the same town, what seemed logical. Only the one turkey was missing. That was I had thought. That what Olivia had thought. But sometimes then everything seems to fit. You still have to look for what doesn't fit. In this case, it was better. Sarge and I finished eating. He left the kitchen. I turned to the television, sat back on the end. There was Olivia on the screen, staring me in the face. Chapter 19. Olivia was sitting on top of the limo, and the famous turkey was beside her, and the turkey looked happy, instead of groggy. A reporter came on the screen. A man was standing next to her. I knew that man. The reporter said, "I have heard Mr. Lowell from the Lowell feed at the pet sample store. Mr. Lowell, it is true that Olivia Sharp personally sitting on the limo behind us, walked into your store and purchased 186 for the 7th floor worth of turkey food." Mr. Lowell gave us a sweet grin. Then he said, "We never ever give out private information to anyone about the customer." Mr. Lowell looked proud. "I need to read," lowered my eyes. Then the reporter turned to Olivia. "And now here we have Olivia Sharp of San Francisco, who with the help of her shepherd really caught the turkey that has been driving this town crazy. Olivia, is it true that you rode around in this limo while you sprinkled 300 pounds of charged food in the special places that you knew the would extract out turkey, and then after only 10 minutes you found the turkey greedily gobbling away. Olivia slipped her bone. I looked clean on the television, then she said, "That is a professional screen. I use my great knowledge of birds and what they like. But I can't say this. I took this turkey on as my class. I didn't want it. I knew that was best for him. He was hungry and he was hiding out. That it was not a good use for the turkey. Now he has a full stomach and a great feather." 2 hours later, Olivia knocked on my door. I opened it. "Turkey hunting season is over," she said. "Case closed." I looked over Olivia's shoulder. "I need to read. Say there are some cases that never close." The end.